G'day everyone, T-Nick back here again in OpenTTD with the DBXL set, or, German trains as we understand them to be. We're back at Esens, where we finished off the last episode by building a lot of trucks and a steel train, and grain production in Hamburg farmers immediately plummeted. Fantastic, thanks team. That's cool, there goes livestock production at It's a Hoe farm as well. We're off to a good start. Now, was this farm particularly shit, or was it just me? No, it's particularly shit. So it was producing a reasonable amount of grain when we set this train up, I swear. And now it's not. It's still making money, we'll just leave it be. Let's go back to Esens, where we, were, because Esens. So what are we going to do today? Well, I want to keep expanding our passenger network, and I want to try and connect up Esens with Wolfsbuff. Or Wolfenbüttel, whatever it's called. To do that, obviously it's connected already via Shortens. Yes, Shortens, yes. I'm remembering the town names. I'm not just reading them off the screen. Okay, I'm actually just reading them off the screen. Problem is we've sort of a direct route to be through Twistringen, Witten, and then you've sort of got a big fat lot of nothing. So it's like, do we chuck them on a ferry over to Wolfsbuff, or do we run around the coast here? Do we go via Itzehoe, or do we stick to the coast? It's it's a bit of an odd one. So what I'm thinking is we set up the express route via Twistrug and Witten, and then we just have to deal with this long stretch where there's no towns to get into Wolfsbuff. Because, if we keep letting people change at Shortens, the distance they're travelling and the journey time will be so much so, because they obviously have to come up via Hamburg as well, that they're not actually going to make us any money, because the game's going to be thinking, well, if you've gone this far, I'll pay this train a certain amount, and then this train here will end up posting a loss because, it's got to correct how much money it's paid us because it's taken them way longer than it should. You'll notice we have plenty of cash in the bank, and we've paid our loan down, which is definitely good things. And so, I'm going to get on with building that route there. And I also want to have a sort of a more local route that comes up and serves these smaller towns here and probably just finishes in Witten. So we'll probably just run an all stations train like this and then have the mainline train sort of shoot up there. So I might get the all stations train going to start with, just because, well, I feel it's probably going to see a return a lot quicker, put it that way. So we'll end up running two tracks out of here eventually, but we'll single track it for now once we get to the junction. I did consider sort of running this back around through Tristing and then back up to Nortorf as well, but it's just going to go around the sun to meet the moon. So we'll keep them as two separate lines after the junction, which we'll put just outside the farm here. Also, who puts a farm right next to a major city? Just, cool, good move there, mate. We may as well get rid of this buffer stop here and connect this up right through as well, so we're not delaying our trains unnecessarily. And which side of the train do we drive on? Which side of the train do we drive on? Which side of the line do we drive on, dumbass? Let's go ahead and put one there, and then we'll just obviously put a couple in here as well. There we go. Now we'll throw the junction in here, so we'll spear off a couple of tracks and just have a bit of a passing loop at the junction itself. And then the majority of it will be single track for now. And of course, someone has decided to start hammering outside right when I start recording. So apologies for that. That's going to be fun for everyone, mostly me. In fact, entirely me. So we've now arrived at I don't recall ever having this before. It's a Bradley multi one-car cargo tram. Well, if it's a multi, why is it a one-car? But either way, I don't really want a cargo tram, but it looks pretty. I like it. Can't remember if I've had that before. Probably have, just with a different colour scheme. We need to build a station at Kulungsborn. That's a name that's going to be fun to massacre as this series continues. So we'll go ahead and just build a little shorty station here, just because it's obviously going to be a little suburban train running through here. And we'll just sort of leave it at that, and then come back later when we curse ourselves for not having sort of a standard platform length, like we do in Transport Fever. Because of course we do. Why wouldn't we? Why would we be actually good at this game that we claim to know how to play? So we'll swing around the corner here, and next stop is Eschershausen. Well, Escher's house. Fair enough. I like Escher. It's the complicated diagrams, with the stairs that always keep going up, and the inside-out cube, and things like that. Can I get away with knocking this down? Because I don't want to put the station all the way out here because it's too far away from the town centre and this wonderful looking statue. Yeah, that's a cool statue. But also don't want to knock these two houses down. Although, hang on, how much would that cost? That would be 4,000 including the road, and that would be 3,000. I'm tempted to shoehorn the station in here. Oh, let's just knock these houses down. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure everything is going to be a-okay. Let's build this station building. That looks kind of nice. Put a bit of a roof up there in case it rains. Obviously, it doesn't rain at Ku Klux, whatever that place is. You know, that's fine there. So we'll just run this down like this here instead. Good stuff. And then we'll obviously extend this corner up so it actually meets the track we're trying to build to. Yeah, so now we've got Klingon's Born and Escher's house connected. So we're off to a good start. I'll go ahead and put a signal down on the correct side, dummy, not the wrong side. Don't be doing that. Escher's house is better than that. And we'll just extend this passing loop down here for reasons. Next stop we've got is Nordtorf. Oh, the BR-144 is available. No, thank you. I saw the price tag on that, and I'm just going to hard pass that one, please. Now, we are going to have to get up the hill. So I'm thinking the station about here. Because to try and get it in here, where I'd like to have it, we're going to have some sort of very complicated tunnel thing. So I think we just go up and over the hill and back down the other side, and just use an Aussie euphemism, she'll be right. She won't be right, but it's what we say, so we're going to run with it. Now, we've used that station. We haven't built one of these yet, I don't think. And let's put some benches down, because it doesn't rain this high up in the hills, probably. And we need to give people somewhere to sit. So we'll go ahead and connect this old bit of line up here. Nice and simple. And now, because of the hill, I might double track this entire section. Ooh, a new factory at Torglow. Never heard of it, so I'm not even going to try and pretend I know where that is. So obviously we need to have a few signals coming down the hill. That will be, no, there you go. That's how we do it. Probably could have double tracked that whole section there. It wouldn't be too invasive. Now, Witten, how are we going to connect this up? Because we want to have a station for trains coming up from Twisty Town. So I'm thinking we have the station here, and we just have this line sort of swing around into it like that. So I'm going to knock this house down. Yes, hopefully they won't get too shitty with me about that. And I'll try and get rid of that road there. Yeah, now let's just turn the trees on. We are going to be knocking down a few trees. This might upset people. And by might, I mean it probably will. So we want at least 4 tracks. Because, well, I figure we need 2 tracks to turn these trains around just for future planning. And, yeah, we'll probably plan ahead, I guess. We'll probably need more than 2 tracks for the through trains, but we'll see how we go. Oh, optimism, maybe. I don't know. We'll go roof. Let's go 4 track of roof, please. Yeah, smash that in there. And let's put a nice pot plant down as well. And then we'll just fill in the gap here with a bit of benches because suburban. And we've made this platform way too long already. So, yeah, let's get rid of the, I guess. Oh, there goes grain production. Good for you. No, I don't want the BR45. No, thank you. We'll just get rid of this bit, and we'll just throw down a couple of buffer stops there instead, just like that. There we go. And then we can we'll hit the right button. We'll get rid of this bit of track here. There we go. So we got a bit overzealous there, but at least we have the station we need, and the station we all deserve. So yeah, if we need to, we can always extend these platforms and stick new terminating platforms over here. That'll be fine. But for now, I'd like to keep it separate, just to simplify things a little bit. So we'll run this up as a double track the whole way, just because it's such a short distance. And how are we going to get up here? We'll probably jump up a level like this, and we'll probably jump down a level here. Now, I realise that's probably knocked down 50 million trees, so Nortdorf is never going to want to talk to us again. And for now, I'm fine with that, because I have no need for anything that Nortdorf can offer us, he says, quickly. Yep, scrolling out just to make sure there's no industries around here we actually care about. No, we're fine. We're cool. We don't care. You guys do what you will. Well, what are you going to do? Restrict access to us? Well, I don't want access to your town. I'm pretty sure a new coal mine's going to open and we're just going to feel really stupid. Well, really stupider, because I've already made stupid things in this series. So that should be fine there. We should be able to get a couple of trains running, and they should start bringing in some Kazash. That's not what I meant to click on. You, of course, bringing in a good, healthy load of money already. Now, let's have a look. What do we got for suburban trains? We've got the BR75 still. He's probably looking a bit dated at this point. The 38, good train, but tender engine, so it takes up a bit more space in the stations than I'd like. We've got the 85 here, which is a gutsy little tank engine. 174 grand to buy as opposed to the 74. But good on the hills, because as you can see, 280 things as opposed to 140 things. And it looks nice too. Plus, it's a tank engine. Who doesn't like a good tank engine? So as you can see, sorry, I probably mentioned this the last part of the part before, or the part before that, or the part before that, or the part blah, blah, blah. Every decade, the graphics for the passenger carriages will change. So I don't know if we've seen these long distance ones or these local ones yet. Oh, the VT37's been invented. That's actually a nice little express DMU there, but I sometimes use it for suburban trains just because I like to blaspheme against the German railways. So no, we won't accept a trial of that, but I'd say that will come in handy for our new line coming up here, because it'll be very quick over the ground. We'll have a low capacity though, so maybe not perfect. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll get 2 suburban trains, so give me a second one, thank you. And we'd like you to start there, please. Have a bit of a service there if you need it. New steel mill at Utersen. I've heard of Utersen. Hopefully we haven't upset Utersen recently. Head up to Nortdorf and then terminate at Witten and return as you were, if you could, please. So yeah, you're stopping at Klingonsborn, Escher's house, not happy with us at the moment, and then yeah, Witten. So that's everything. And we'll go ahead and set you guys in motion. I did the shared orders thing there by cloning him while holding Katarl. So both of those trains will have the same orders set, which is why this bloke here is chuffing out like he knows where he's going. That's some good work there, son. Yeah, so what I'm thinking with the VT137, which I don't know why I'm opening this because we didn't actually accept it, that's otherwise known as the Flying Hamburger. So what we might do is actually deploy him on this line when he comes out, and then redeploy the steam engines we've got here, because they can haul longer trains, to bring the trains up to Wolfsbuff. So, just a bit of redistribution of our existing horses there. So, how many people are you taking out of Esens? None. Fantastic. What about the second train? None. Good stuff. Okay. And of course, the stations up here won't know there are any people that can travel until we actually send a train through. But yeah, so that's good. We've set up our little suburban line, so with the passenger destinations, this saves people from these towns having to come back through Esens just to go back north again. Next thing we'll do is connect up Esens with Witten there, and we'll get a train hopefully running on that fairly quickly, and then we'll work on connecting Witten up to Wolfsbuff, which hopefully will let us build a bigger station, because yeah, it occurs to me we haven't actually finished this one. Poor. Yeah, no, we're probably not going to be able to build a better station by the time we get there. So just livestock production going down again. Yes, okay, so Twisting Town. Yes, that's a location that we're going to be visiting. Now, Twisting Town has a stock exchange, which is really good for passenger production. And what's this thing? Older townhouses. Also very good for passenger production. So hopefully we can get, let's get rid of that thing. Hopefully we can get both of them in the catchment area, but I'm doubtful. Now we probably want to build the station up to the north of town. So how do you feel about me knocking down some road? You feel pretty good about it. Okay, well, I've done it. I've knocked it down. So Twisty Town, I'd like to get a nice 5-tile station in here. What's the catchment area on that? Yeah, okay, so we miss out on the old stock exchange, but we're going to get the old townhouses in there. Well, old stock exchange. We miss out on the stock exchange, but we will get the townhouses in there, which is perfectly fine. So I'll build the platform first and then decorate it, just in case knocking down those roads, I nearly said houses, has upset the town a bit much that we knock down our trees. They're going to be offside, but it seems we've gotten away with it, famous last words. It's a bigger building than I wanted. Let's build a nice little one. There we go. Got a nice bit of variety there. Got a bit of shelter there. We got a nice booking office and footbridge to get from platform to platform. That's looking nice. And then obviously we've got the junction down here. Probably could have built the junction up here, but it's down here, so I guess we're going to build from there, aren't we? And of course, if we go straight ahead, we run into literally the only 2 bumps in the landscape. They're sort of like nipples, and now they're gone. So that's the T-Nick nipple removal service at your disposal. Now let's just run up a nice big sweeping bend here for the curve. Bring it up here around the back of the town, and then connect up with the station. There we go, and connect that up, please. So that should be good for our trains to get a good turn of speed up there. And obviously we're thinking further ahead for when we're bringing in the ICE trains, like the Intercity Express, not the drug, which is awful. Yeah, so that should benefit us in the long run, because we won't have to rebuild our line to get the kinks out of it. Not that I bothered to do that in the last game at all. I just sort of put faster trains on and left the kinks there. Ooh, now the ET11's available. That's another express multiple unit, but this one's electric. So don't actually have any overhead wires yet, but nice to know it's available. And now all we got to do is connect up Twisty Town with Witten, and then we can start running some trains on there while we finish things off. So what I'll do is I'll run around the back here to try and get past this river without actually having to bridge anything. Because that would be ideal. And yeah, we want to make sure that we've got a bit of a junction in here just for trains to switch tracks there if need be. And of course we probably could have gone via Notdorf as well with this line, but we didn't, so we're moving on. We're just gonna business as usual this business, and as usual it by businessing. Synergy, I don't know, business buzzwords, productivity, you know, thinking outside the box. See, I can tycoon, and we'll put some signals there. No, on the correct side of the track. No, Mr. Rapid Clicky Finger here is just getting a bit ahead of himself. And if you could just calm your farm, sunshine, that'd be fantastic. Whack a one-wayer in there and a couple of reversible signals here, preferably facing... No, we won't be putting those there, will we? No, that would be stupid, because they've got that little white line on them. Good old Malchow coal mine. I've forgotten where that is. See, train 14 losing money. Probably because you've caught up to train 21, and train 21's hogging all the glory. So since you can return at Utterson, I'm actually just going to reverse you there. So you're going to come in, turn around, go back that way, and stop following him. Is that going to help you? Yes, there's all of 9 people that want to go via Hamburg. You can pick those people up, I guess. And wow, Utterson's really got a hard on for steel mills. We have 4. Yeah, good thing there's a lot of iron ore in this area. 2. Oh, there's 5 steel mills for 2 iron ore mines. That's clearly supply and demand at work. Not. Right, so now that we've connected that up, is the VT137 available? Of course not. Probably should have accepted that trial. Because, yeah, I was going to get the VT137 just chuffing up and down here until we finish the line, and then we go about redeploying everything. So, cool. Looks like we're just going to buy another couple of steamy trains, I guess. What are we using on this line? It is the 01, isn't it? Or is it only the 18? Because if it's only the 18, well, then I can just continue. What are you? You're an 18. Okay, so no, that's fine. We'll just build the trains we're going to be using eventually and extend them. We'll save the 137 for something else. So give me an 01 and show me something in the way of... Oh, we can refit you to Rheingold as well, but we won't. Or do we? I know we said we'd limit it to this part of the map, but does Esens count as this part of the map? Not really. No, we'll sort of keep it cash. Do we want 2 mail vans or just 1? Let's just have just 1, because we do want to have dedicated mail trains eventually. So if you could stop at Esens there, have a bit of a service there if you're so inclined. We put a lot of signals down, didn't we? I'm really only going to have 2 trains to start with. And you are the direct service up to Witten. And obviously that's not going to do very much for us at this stage. But long term we'll be extending this line up to Wolfsbuff. So it'll come into its own there. But at the moment it's really just duplicating the job that these guys are already doing. And they're doing it poorly because you're not carrying anyone. So how about you? You're the lead train in the pack. 4 bags of mail. Okay, well, you're making money, so I'm not going to argue. I'm just not very happy. Now, to extend up to Wolfsbuff, first I want to extend this station and sort of make it look a bit nicer, because it looks a bit blasé at the moment. Do we want to put... I sort of want to put a really big-ass station building in here, but I've also used that exact same design down at Esens, so... Do you think people are going to notice? You think we'll get away with it? Let's see if we want to put it. We can put it down there. Let's see if we can get rid of some road. We cannot. Okay. Well, what we might have to do is hold off on that and just leave those tiles blank for now, because yeah, we don't want to upset the town any more than we need to. So I would like to put a nice big station hall in here. Yeah, that looks good. And hopefully we can still put a little bit of track there. We can, good. I bet that's the limit they're willing to let us knock down trees. No, very poor. Okay, so we're sort of on thin ice as it is now. So let's just see how we go. No, I didn't think you'd let me do that. So let's just go ahead and plant some cheeky trees down. Yeah, see how that goes. I didn't obviously plant any in the water. That was just how we drew the box. And now there's a train away. Okay, so if you could naff off, thank you. You're a nice train. I'm very proud of you. Well, no, that's the save game option. I meant to, yeah, I obviously don't know what I'm doing. You've started making a profit this year, which is good. That's what we wanted. And we're going to need some sort of underpass for people to change tracks here. So let's just go ahead and make that happen. So this is a far nicer looking station than what we had. So we're going to just sort of deal with that. And we'll just put a set of points in there as well. This is all looking a bit messy. We'll neaten that up in time, probably, unless I forget. And we'll just go ahead and put a couple of signals in there. Oh, new sawmill at place I've never heard of. Ooh, good for us. Well, there's Malchow. So this coal mine here is apparently successful. Matter of opinion there. There's the sawmill at Mirau. Although, you know, we already had one there, but now we have a second one. So if this one shuts, well, this one shuts down when we're building over there, we can use this one. Or they both shut down like happened over here, you know, because that's the thing that happens. I nearly tried to redirect my train straight up to Wolfsbuff, but that would have ended in tears because they would have gotten here and gone, oh, next stop Wolfsbuff. Yeah, it wouldn't have worked for us. You get the idea. So let's go ahead and just extend out here. And I'm just going to extend out with a little bit of a bridge here, just because I sort of want the town to encircle our station so we get some really good passenger numbers coming in there. So we'll put a bit of road in here and we'll send the road that way. And I'm sure we'll live to regret that when we try and expand the station. There's just town absolutely frickin' everywhere. But for now, optimism. It's all going to be fine. This is wonderful. Everything is going according to, you know, you get the point. So we'll need to go ahead and whack these down as one-way signals. We'll keep these as reversible platforms for now. And I'll throw down one of these just so trains can reserve a path into this platform to reverse if there's a train coming down this way. And now we're gonna have to sort of skirt the coastline. I think this will be a nice scenic route for the passengers. Oh, the V140's been invented. Now I don't know much about German trains, but I know I love you. No? Okay. Yeah, I don't know much, but the V140, I can't remember what it was called when it actually came out, but it's a V140 according to the game. Yeah, apparently it was a spectacular failure. So the way the game works with, where's reliability? It's not actually shown here. That's helpful. But yeah, the way the game works is when it generates these new vehicles, it generates a random max reliability. So you can see here the max reliability for a 92 is 91%. So when it's serviced, it comes out as 91% reliability. So chance of breakdown obviously only at 9%. And it just sort of ticks down. Oh, there we go. We automatically deny that. Well, we didn't want it. So the 98%. So the way they program is this is a randomized number, but it can fall within a certain range. So obviously the bloke that created this said that the BR75 should say, I'm not sure the specifics, but it should, max reliability should be somewhere between say 90 and 100%. So, you know, obviously it's statistically very reliable. BR45, obviously not as reliable, so it's got a max reliability of 58%. So that puts me off trying to build any of them. The 85, obviously a bit more reliable, etc., etc. The V140, I think, comes out with the best max reliability it can get ever is 60%. So I'm really not in a hurry to adopt diesel power. If anything, I'll adopt electricity. Can we scoot? Oh, there's a freaking river in the way. River. Fracking river town. No, I don't want to put that there. That's silly. Well, let's just extend the curve and then put the nice big sweeping curve in. And then we're just going to have to put a nice big fancy bridge in. Let's say here. We'll put a nice big viaduct in. across the river. Ooh, a tied arch. Ooh. I don't know why that was the portion of the track I decided to double track. Because I'll save money and make it single track. Yeah, but the bridge, no, we'll double track the bridge now. Yeah, cool. Saving money. May as well just double track the whole thing. Because, well, the rate we're going, we've spent as much money as we're going to. So let's go ahead and... Where's the second track going to be on this side? So we'll put in a giant passing loop, say, here. We've already got a passing loop up where the bridge is, apparently, because I am an idiot. I guess because, I'm still in the mode from the last game where we're building lots of trains, lots of tracks, not in the austerity mode of this game where we're sort of being a bit cheap. So there's a good passing loop in there. This will be apparently a passing loop here, because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? You pillock. Let's run this down like this, and we want to run this. Come on. That's not really going to connect up neatly, but we'll make it work. Because that's what we do. We're thinkers. We're outside the box thinkers. We're not going to give up on this one. We'll just throw down a couple of signals there as well. Ooh, Witten accepts food. Fantastic for Witten. So we'll go ahead and remove those signals there, and just shoehorn a bit of a junction in here. And we'll keep it at grade for now, but eventually we'll put a tunnel in for this track here to get under the other side and then come into the station that way. And we might even have quad tracks come into the station if that makes it easier. Oh, new oil refinery. Go shortens. So I'll put a couple of signals in there. It occurs to me that that's going to cause backups because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I know we've got sort of 5 tiles of space because every tile has 2 carriages. So in this case, loco or 2 carriages. So loco, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, and each diagonal tile is only 1, so that's room for 10. So that should be plenty of room there. Obviously, we'll come unstuck pretty quickly. Now, where's the train we just built? Oh, wow. Twisty Town has immediately embraced its connection to both Esens and Witten. You go, Twisty Town. Did I not send you out of the depot? No, I did. You're just having a bit of a service. That's fine. And you're already making money. Go you. Well, let's extend your orders from Witten all the way up to Wolfsbuff, please. And then after, well, you may as well have a bit of a service while you're here. It's like sort of while you're in town, drop by the depot, have a pint, and then head back down to Witten, please. So you happy with that? 130 k's an hour worth of happy. That's pretty good. And obviously, because we've more than doubled the length of the route, we should probably double the number of trains. Because of course we will. And we've still got 1 million Deutschmarks in the bank, so we're not hurting for cash at the moment. You probably noticed that this set does seem to be a bit easier to play than the British trains. And you would be right, because this is an older set. It doesn't have some of the same difficulty adjustments that the British trains have. Plus the guy that made the British train set really likes to challenge himself, Peekabird. He does a really good job in making his game challenging and actually enjoyable to play, as opposed to just being a contest where you get as much money as possible as quickly as possible. But I'm fine with getting as much money as possible as quickly as possible, because it means we can build one thumping great big passenger network pretty early on. Now, we don't really have anything to do with these forests down here, so I might turn my attention to the forests up here instead, and work on connecting up to Mirov or Luchau. I'm tempted to go to Luchau just because it's more of a straight shot. Although that said, Miro, it's on the flat as well. It's probably much of a muchness, really. Now, Wolfsbuff, you're probably not going to be too stoked. Well, no, you don't think we're poor. So you probably will let me get away with building a lumber station here. It would help if I selected the right station menu. There we go. Okay, a bit of a wood loading station here. Now, let's think. Do we want to go transport fever mode and send the goods in here and then run them by truck back to Wolfsbuff? No, we may as well just unload them at the passenger station. We're unloading mail there as well, so until we have a separate mail station, we can probably get away with just unloading there at the old passenger station there. So we'll go for a 1 track. We'll go 7 tiles. I want to go 7 tiles, and I want to electrify this because we've got a bit of a mountain range to get over, and mountain range plus heavy train, not so good. So what I might do is I might actually build it out here. Yeah. Do we go 7 tiles? I don't think we can make it any longer than that, actually. If we drag and drop, we can. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's probably going to be too long a station, but no, it'll let me build it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it shows us. I'm pointing at the screen again. got to stop doing that. Yeah, so we'll build a nice long station there, and as I said, we're going to electrify that, so I probably should have built it electrified to begin with. We'll electrify that depot, because, yeah, I'm going to run it down here, and then run into the junction from this side of town, just so it can pass through that handy-dandy little depot there, just because simplicity's sake. So connect that up like that, and then we're going to connect up some electric tracks here, and then just electrify pretty much everything. And that looks a bit neater, because obviously there's no point electrifying this bit of track here, because the electric trains can't get there yet. Now, Wolfsbuff is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles long, so that's as long as we need it to be. So we may as well go ahead and start faffing around with a bit of a junction on this side. So now this will make the town hate us. So before we do that, we should just build a sneaky lumber station out here. Yeah, we'll go 1x7 for this one. Actually, how much wood do you produce? 64 ton, 72 ton. Okay, new idea. Not the magazine. We run trucks to get the wood from here over to there, and then load it onto one train instead of having two separate trains. Well, see, I'm not as dumb as I look, but I'm pretty close. So let's go ahead and put a nice little bridge in there. I'll go truss bridge. That sounds nice. And then, yeah, of course that doesn't line up. Why would it? And then just run that around a bit of a circle there. So we've got Itzehoe Valley, and we've extended Wolfsbuff Woods there. So that's good there. And obviously we're going to need some sort of depot, possibly there. And it just occurred to me I can now not put a buffer stop there because Wolfsbuff would hate me. Poor. Oh, they haven't actually noticed how many trees I've knocked down. Go us. Now let's go to fixtures. Let's go with a nice plain concrete buffer stop there. That looks nice. Good. So, probably not the most efficient way to build this station, but no, there is definitely a railway track there, I beg to differ. But, you know, it's a good way to use the existing depot and not overcomplicate the junction that we're putting in here. Now Wolfsbuff's going to hate us because I just took a big old chunk out of the land there. So we want to run a track. Hang on, let's just think about this. Do we want to run a track up to Malchow this way, or are we happy to go via Gadsbush? Well, we could run it up to Gadsbush and then out to Malchow. How were we going to do that? I was going to run it up this way, have a bit of a junction here. Okay. No, we'll plan as if we're going to head out this way to Gadsbush. So we'll build these two tracks on this side, and then just sort of squidge in everyone else over here. Just have a bit of a squidge. And we also need some sort of depot on this side of town as well. So let's just shoehorn that in there, I guess. That's a depot location that has been built. And I don't like having junctions at the base of hills just because I'm wary of it slowing the trains down. So we'll just go ahead and, yeah, obviously the junction is still sort of near the bottom of the hill, but it's not right at the bottom of the hill. And shut up, it makes sense in my mind. Let me have this one. Put signals down there, obviously, because why wouldn't you? Now, this is why I wanted to electrify, because we do need to get up a steep hill in a very short amount of time. Yeah, so sort of we've only got sort of 1 or 2 tiles between hill tiles, which is why I'm going to keep it double track, so the trains slogging uphill don't really sort of slow down trains going down the hill too much in their slogginess. Is that even a word? Slogginess? Shut up, I'm building trains. So run this downhill, and yeah, again we'll keep it double track on the grade just because, well, it's easier. Good. So right, where are we going to want to run electric trains to? Because that's the sawmill we should go to. Well, this is all flat down here, so electric trains down here, short term, not a priority. Up here though, we've got. I'm just not going to try and pronounce that. That's just. It's like an acronym. It's like WYK. Would you know all under foxes? What is under a fox anyway? That's one of life's mysteries. For something. That just, yeah, but we've got these towns up here. We've got a bit of a mountain here around, that one I can pronounce, Dransfeld. So yeah, we'll electrify it this way. We'll go to this sawmill up here, and we'll get some goods to bring back to Wolfsbuff. So yeah, there we go. It has been decided, because I am the decider, that we are going to run electric trains up to this part of the world. And obviously the passenger trains will be able to get a nice turn of speed up on this section as well. So Right, Luchow, you're going to want a passenger station before we go ahead and start knocking trees down to build ourselves a freight station. So I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way now. We haven't built this one yet. It does look like a garden shed, but you know we've got it now. We'll put a bit of roof in to prevent people from getting wet because apparently it rains a lot here. So we've got a nice passenger station set up there. We might actually build it a bit longer just in case we do want to run longer trains up here, because I suspect that when we're finished laying track down, let's just bring up the trees again. Yeah, I'd say we're gonna cause some serious hurt feelings here. So let's have a look. Freight station. We want a goods station. Do we want to have a nice little warehousey type thing? I have said yes. So let's keep it simple for now. We need a 10 tile station. Let's try and drag and drop that bitch. So 2 by 10, please. There we go. Actually, no. Before we do that, let's go ahead and build ourselves the buffer stops. What do we want? Generally, there we go. So that way we don't upset the town before we can actually build the buffer stops, because then it'll just look weird. So 2 by 10, please. Can't build right. Okay, obviously it's a max length of 2 by 7. That's fine. Hopefully the town doesn't hate us enough that it doesn't let us build anything else. Let's just put plain. There we go. We got away with that. We got away with it. It's fine. It's all good. And of course that doesn't line up. Why would it? In fact, we don't want it to actually, because the main line will keep going. So joke's on you, game. We didn't want to do that. So to you. Yeah, probably. That's fine. Run this down like this, and then we'll keep going up here to the passenger thing, and we may as well double track this whole section just because it'll be such a short single track section if we don't. Of course that doesn't line up. Why would it? That's okay. We'll just bodge the landscape a little bit. There we go. Yeah, T-Nick earth moving is fine to undertake that task, and we'll go ahead and just put a bit of a turnout crossover-y thing there so we can run a passenger train without extending the line. A new forest at Nortorf. That sounds familiar. Yay, hello. We can run a wood train from here up as well. It's all coming together. And where were we building? We're building over here somewhere. Yes, we were. Good. Okay, yes, fantastic. Connect this up at a junction like that, please. Okay, good for you. It's really all going well for us. So, do we want to have a depot up here as well for servicing? Because the goods train won't actually... Oh, no, we'll pass by that depot. So now we completely get away with that. That's A-okay. I will put a set of points in here. And I will actually extend this siding. Just in case we have too many wood trains, not enough platforms, they can get off the main line and queue up waiting to access the yard. On the way out, it won't matter so much because if they block, they're just blocking themselves. You know, so it's sort of like when your school teachers say, "You're the only person you're holding up here is you." They used to say that to me. I don't know about anyone else. No? Okay, just me. That's fine. Yeah, a little delinquent. Good. Okay, so we want to put down this fella here. And we will probably want to put down a partner signal there. Partner signal? Partner signal. They're till death do they part. And we'll go ahead and line them up because that will soothe my OCD. Yeah, because that's important to me. Signal placement is looking good. Don't know why I put so much emphasis on the word good. Did it again. Well, that time I put it on the word again. So how's that going for you? Wow, look at all the people waiting here at Wolfsbuff. Most of them want to go via Witten. Okay, so that new railway line, very popular. How you doing? Is that one of our new trains just sitting there? Yes, I think so. Have you taken everyone that wants to go via Witten? No. Okay, you managed to leave some people behind. So well done, you. Just give you a bit of a soft clap there. Soft clap. Just soft clap. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Now, we need some sort of lumber train. That's a passenger train. Now, let's have a look at our electric options because the game's been running a little bit and we got quite a few because, well, we've sort of neglected the early electrics as we do. So it's sort of, we've got the BR175. That's the first real dedicated freight electric engine that, you know, we've got access to. So he's got top speed of 70 clicks an hour, 300 and something thousand, blah, blah. We've got the money, it's fine. Butt ton of horsepower and a lot of tractive effort. Now, his friend, the 195, is an articulated version. Way more horsepower, very little extra running cost, blah, blah, blah. And then we've got the 144, which has, far less tractive effort and a reasonable reasonably similar amount of horsepower. And then the 144, the design sort of continues on for the German crocodile, like the Swiss crocodile engine, but that's not available yet. So why don't we go the 195? Let's give him a burl. It's a fun looking articulated engine. I really like this one, and I don't get to use it very often because early game I don't often use electrics because I have no need, and nor do I have the cash. So let's go with the maximum length of train. Okay, that's 2 maximum. Let's de-maximum a little. What's your capacity, friend? 450 ton of wood. Like the way you think. Let's make that happen. Have a cheeky service there on the way through if you need it. I don't want you breaking down on the hill. Head on down to the old sawmill there. Well, it's quite a new sawmill actually, but yeah, head on down to the sawmill and then have a cheeky service on the way back if you need to. So this is going to haul some serious wood. It sounds dirty, but it's not. It's perfectly clean. It's going to have a big load of wood. It made it worse. Okay, good stuff. Mate, you left your rear headlight on. I don't want to be that guy, but come on, buddy. You're better than this. Okay, that is a nice looking wood train. Don't you love a big long bit of wood? Okay, stop talking, making it worse. Right, yes, let's get some trucks so we can bring the wood in from Itzehoe, which has managed to slip in the old production field. So, good for production field? Who says things like this? Yes, okay, so you carry wood by default, so fantastic. So you can load up at Itzehoe, come down here, and then we want you to transfer, no loading, so you can drop the wood off, and then just swing by the old depot there. I say old depot, knowing perfectly well it's a new depot, and let's see how we go with 6 trucks. Let's see if that does the job. Because I suspect we're going to need a few trucks because obviously it's a slow old trip. But, oh, sorry, did I not signal this junction properly? That's entirely my mistake. There you go. Let's put some path signals in there. There we go. Okay, that's good. That's fantastic. That's what we want. That way our trains aren't conflicting as much. We'll make it interesting when we try and put the tunnel in because obviously we'll have to get under this freight line. But we'll just sneak around the back here. So it should be all good in the hood. Wow, you're up to 10% loaded already. I don't know what I feared by running such a big... Oh, you've dropped in production too, of course you have. You we should probably turn our attention to this forest down here, which has started off very strong. And yeah, this will probably be how we finish up today with a nice big timber train coming out of here. So, do we want to go a 10 tile station again? I'm going to say we do. No, I don't want the catchment area. I wanted to click, drag and drop. So let's go with a 10 tile station there. Nice, we've managed to electrify that even though we totally didn't want to. Or did we? Yeah, it wouldn't cost that much to electrify this section, then we can run another electric train. So yeah, no, it was all on purpose. You're lucky that I know what I'm doing. Probably. Let's put a buffer stop in there, please. For some reason the wires just sort of end at the level crossing. Did we sort of phone it in on the wires? No, we don't want to remove, we want to convert. Okay, that's not helping. That's making it worse. No. Okay, so the wires just end at the level crossing. That's fine. Can we put something else in that's not a level crossing so that the wires don't end there, given that's where the loco will be parking? We can, and we have. Good. Yes. Now let's run a little bit of track up here, and we'll run a junction in, say, here, and we'll obviously need to convert all this up to be electric track here. And we'll probably double track this section, seeing as we're going to be running many trains. And, well, we may as well have just done it to start with. But we didn't because I'm a silly Billy. So remove that bit of track there and remove that bit of track there. And then we'll just go ahead and convert the path signals to normies. Oh, Gatterbush. I've forgotten where you are, but now I'm disappointed in you. Stupid Gatterbush. Can't remove signal, there are no signals. I beg to differ. I probably clicked on the wrong tile. We'll just rejig this junction from the get-go. Go ahead and put a couple of one-wayers in there. Drop a path signal in there. Just wondering, are we going to have a second lumber train coming out here? I mean, this thing... Oh, no, it's dropping in production. Never mind. Got my hopes up unnecessarily. Yeah. Go ahead and put some more signals down, please. And run them up there. And run them down there. Run all the signals, everyone. There's already one there. Okay, good work, me. And go ahead and put one there. And then we want to go back to converting to electric, lest I, randomly start an electric train having not finished what I started. We know it's happened before. I get it. Now we're going to have to connect this up around the forest here, which is not ideal, but I don't see any other options. I just don't see it going our way. So I don't know what that voice was. I was trying to stifle a yawn. That didn't go my way either. Now run this signal all the way up here in a big chain, please, and the same for this one. That keeps it nice and simple. Remove that there. We can probably remove this old signal. No, that's convert. We just okay. We needed to do that anyway, but you know, we removed that signal there. Now we want to do the junction here. Do this bit of track here. And yeah, good thing we didn't electrify this track here unnecessarily, because, well, we went ahead and did it then. Good, okay, so, oh, you're losing money, why? Explain. Are you following something? Or is it just no one wants to, you're following a train now? Okay, well, what's your excuse? You're making all of the money and you're not making any. Well, if you want to share some of your passengers, I'm sure this bloke will be happy to. So, you know, problem solved. We'll just let him be. Hopefully he will come into his own eventually. If he doesn't, we might have to redeploy him on a different line. So good. Okay, so you're still loading up with wood there. That's fine. These forests are not stellar, but hopefully with this big long wood train trying to load here, it'll actually push this one to produce a bit more in the way of logs. Now we need another electric train to run down there. I may as well go with the same one we've already got. Go ahead and clone you. And then obviously we'll need to delete your orders and start again. So if you, sir, could full load down at Nortoff Woods, if you could swing by here for a cheeky service on the way through, that'd be useful. And then you can come up here, unload at the old sawmill. Again, not that old a sawmill, kind of new. And have a cheeky service there if you need to as well. And you come fitted for wood. If you don't, you have been. Good. And the train 39 is lost. Oh, we've missed a bit of wiring somewhere, haven't we? Okay, let's just go ahead and make sure we get everything down here. We didn't. Okay, you know where you're going now? The message has disappeared. We must have just missed a bit on this diagonal, and he couldn't find a path down to his station, because we definitely wired up all this section. He's not saying he's lost anymore. I'm assuming he knows where he's going. He's also very slow. I mean, 70 k's an hour. It's not that slow, but compared to 130, yeah, we might find ourselves having our passenger train start banking up behind this fella. So this is why I wanted to build one long train, so rather than many short trains that all cause the bank ups. Hopefully by the time he peels off at his siding here, any passenger trains that have caught up to him will be able to accelerate and space themselves out again. But that's one to keep an eye on, because we may have to put in some passing lanes. And zoom right in, just watch. Oh, here we go, we've got to pass this. That's a good looking scene, very happy with that. That looks really nice. And oil production somewhere is doing something, so there's that too. But look, I think that's gonna wrap things up for us today, folks. We hopefully we can finish off by watching this bloke depart. Maybe not. Okay, well, anyway, I'd like to thank you for your company. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and hopefully we've got a bit done. I've certainly connected up a very successful passenger route here over from Witten. Yeah, that's not making much money at all, but the rest of them are. So, you know, one of the other trains was doing quite well, carrying a lot of people. Oh, here we go. We got the departure. Excellent. And these guys have clearly got differences of opinion of how to store their logs. But yeah, no, as I said, thank you for your company. Next time we're going to press on with extending the network a bit more. Oh God, we've got quite the cluster of trains here. This is good. This is exciting. Yeah, so we'll try and extend our electrified network a bit more next time. And we probably should get a goods train coming in once we've got the sawmill pumping. But yeah, until next time, I've been T-Nick. This has been OpenTTD with the DBXL set. And I'll see you all next week. Later days. Yep, now he's just going to block the entire... No, he's going to the depot. That's fine. Good for you, buddy. You just get out of everyone's way. Yes, good train. Good train. I don't know how that train fits in the depot anyway. That's one of the mysteries of life. We'll figure that out next time.